guys, same filming my finale for my chopping block of 2020. So I am going to be updating you on the products that I've tried over the past couple months, and then I'm going to end the video by giving you guys my total numbers for trash, return, random declutters, and then chopping block keeps and declutters. And then I'm also going to run through and show you all the chopping block products that I'm keeping for now. I definitely will be doing this series again next year, and that intro will be coming in mid-January, I think. So let's just get into it. So I'm going to start with the few returns so I don't forget. So there were 3 things that I returned since my last update. The first is the Peach and Lily primer, and this was okay. It was smooth, it was easy to apply, it had a little bit of like a stickiness, which I think helped the makeup grip a little bit better, and I got it for a great price. I think it was 40% off, but it was still a little bit pricey for me, especially for someone that has 20 face primers in their collection. And I returned it. It was definitely more of an impulse buy. It's something that I had been interested in. It went on sale, but ultimately I couldn't justify it. So I did go back, but nothing was wrong with it. I wouldn't say it was an amazing product, but it was definitely good. And the next thing I returned was the Too Faced Born This Way Matte Foundation. I have talked about this in depth because I think this and then the NARS Soft Matte Complete Coverage Foundation came out around the same time. And I think there are some people that like both, but there are a lot of us that love one and hate the other. And I am someone that loves the NARS foundation and I hate the Too Faced. It just did not give good coverage. It was not mattifying. It was not long wearing. It did not look good on the skin whatsoever. And I've tried the original Too Faced Born This Way foundation and it looks beautiful, but if you have oily skin, it is not going to last on you. So I was so excited to try this new matte version. I don't think they're the same at all. Like, the original is so much better. It just doesn't work for me though. And if they get rid of the Too Faced Peach Perfect line and keep this stupid Born This Way matte foundation, I'll be so disappointed, because the Peach Perfect foundation is a very good mattifying foundation for oily skin types. The Too Faced Born This Way matte is really like if you want more of a matte foundation and you have like dry normal skin. If you're very oily, girl, this ain't gonna work for you. So yeah, I was very, very disappointed in that. Didn't like it whatsoever. And then last thing I returned was Too Faced Pumpkin Spice Palette. I always want to call it pumpkin pie. And basically this one had like 2 rows of warm neutrals and a row of purples, and the matte purples in there I thought were so beautiful, and I love the way that they apply, that they blend out. I loved those colors on my skin tone. Those are definitely some of my favorites, but some of the other shimmers were just very hard pressed in there, and I felt like I really had to dig my brush to apply it on the eyes. And I enjoyed the 2 looks I created with it, but I really couldn't justify having that palette in my collection. I felt that if you took the purple row away, the neutrals were very similar to the other gingerbread palettes that I already have from Too Faced, as well as a bunch of other things in my collection. So it was not a bad palette, but again, I just couldn't justify it, so it went back. So now I'm going to show you the one item that I am going to trash, and that would be the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the Sunkissed shade. This is the lighter of the 2 bronzer shades. I have bought this secondhand, and it was already quite a bit older, and now this just smells, and it's very old. They, like months ago, I think still in 2020, but months ago, they re-released these, which is great because the bronzer shades have been discontinued. But for all of their custom cover drops, they redid the packaging. It looks all different now. This was a nice product. I do like the color of this, and it does have a bit of a shimmer to it, which really scared me at first, but it just looks healthy on your skin. It doesn't look shiny or glowy. This is a good product. I'm not going to repurchase it because I know these are very pricey, and I do have several other liquid bronzers in my collection, so I don't feel the need to repurchase it. But unfortunately, it smells, it is old, it's going in the trash. So now for my chopping block products, there are 2 things that I tested that I'm going to be keeping for now. And this first one I actually was very close to getting rid of, but I was like, Heather, you actually like that, so just keep it. So this is a ColourPop blush that was made with Kathleen Lights. This is in the color I Need Space, and it's a really pretty nude color. Has like slight like mauve tone to it, but it's like a mauve tan, which does not make sense. And you guys are probably looking at this and like, Heather, that's just like warm. That's not mauve. I don't know why it looks mauve to me. It does have a bit of a shine to it. It performs well. It's a pretty color. I'm not obsessed with it, but I did really enjoy it, so I want to use it more. This is probably gonna roll over to my chopping block for next year. I want to use it more and compare it to some of the other blushes I have to see if I need that one. And the other thing I'm keeping is this Ofra Madison Miller cheek palette. So we have 2 highlighters and a blush. The highlights are a little dark for me, but I can make them work. The blush is absolutely beautiful, very pigmented, blends nicely. I really do like the Ofra cheek products that I've tried so far. So I definitely want to hang on to this one, and I really need to use it more, but the quality is great. So those are the 2 things that I'm keeping. Then we've got several chopping block products that I will be getting rid of. And the first one is a face palette. This is theBalm Girls Getaway Trio. We've got Balm Springs, Balm Beach, and Balm Desert. And I was mostly excited for the more corally color in here. You guys know that's my favorite kind of shade. I have really similar things. These perform well. They're pigmented. They blend nicely. I just don't like these colors on my skin tone, so I'm going to pass that on. Next, I have a NARS blush. This is in the shade Outlaw. It's a beautiful, warm, ready color, and it has some golden shimmer in it. It's very pretty. It's very intense. It's just a little too intense on my skin tone, but really it's not something that I think about wanting to reach for very often. I haven't used it all year. It has been sitting in my chopping block box, so it is going. And this next thing is hard for me because this is a good product. This is the Pixi Glowy Gossamer Duo in Subtle Sunrise. You have the goldy shade, the peachy shade. This highlighter is definitely a little bit too dark for me. I could make it work though. It performs well. It's a beautiful shade. This is a really good formula. I just have, you know, a bazillion highlights in my collection. And there are other formulas and colors I prefer, like the ones that I have from Benefit and from Ofra. So that is why I'm going to pass that one on. Then I have 3 eye products. The first is a Lorac Luxe Diamond Cream Shadow. This is in the shade Silk, which is a really pretty copper. I, in my last update, decluttered the shade Satin, I think, which was a gold. The colors in here are so beautiful, but these are very sheer cream shadows, which I don't like at all. I want a cream shadow that's very opaque. Now, they're very long lasting. They don't crease, but it's just too sheer for me. I did get this as a free gift from Ulta, so it's easy to pass on. The next thing I have is this Maybelline Color Tattoo in Bad to the Bronze. I do enjoy this. It's just nostalgic because this is something that I used up before and repurchased, and I really loved it when I wore it several years ago, but I just haven't reached for it. I have the Metallic Taupe shadow stick from Laura Mercier, which is similar, and I just prefer my shadow sticks over cream pots in general, and I believe I've gotten rid of all 5 of the ones that I had in my collection this year because I'm just gonna be into shadow sticks. And they have repackaged those cream shadows. They have new shades now, or at least new names, and I'm not sure if the formula has changed any or if it was just like a rebranding, but I don't plan on buying any of the new ones to find out. Then I have this Dirty Little Secrets eyeshadow in Bronze, which is a very beautiful dark golden olive with some bronze thrown in. It reminds me of ColourPop Thirsty Girl that I got rid of last time, mixed with a little bit more olive. It performs very well. It's a very pigmented shadow. It has a beautiful shine to it. You guys know that olive is one of my favorite colors, so I have a bunch of them, and I didn't reach for this all year. So it performs very well, but can't justify keeping it. And then I have 2 lip products. The first is a Clinique Almost lipstick in the shade Black Honey. It's a super comfortable formula. I like this color. It's a very sheer wash of berry, but again, I have a lot of lip products. I didn't feel the need to reach for this any throughout this year. I have tested it, but I did that with a purpose. I wasn't like, oh yeah, where's that Clinique lipstick? I want to wear it today. So that's why I'm getting rid of that. And then the other one is this Nude Sticks Lip and Cheek Pencil in the shade Mystic. It is a pretty mauve shade, but I don't love the formula. For some reason, I felt like it gave me those little like strings on my lips, which is very weird. I've gotten rid of so many nude sticks this year. I want to be like a cool Glossier nude stick kind of girl, and I'm just not. And I basically only like the Intense Matte Lip and Cheek formula. I've tried all of the others and I've not liked them whatsoever. So this is just another one I'm going to be getting rid of. I know a lot of people love nude sticks. They just haven't worked the best for me, at least not everything. It's more things have not worked than have worked for me. So that one is gonna go as well. So those were all of the chopping block products that I am decluttering. Next, I want to show you 3 nail polishes that I am letting go of from my collection. And these were in my intro for my chopping block polishes. I haven't worn these maybe ever, or I just tried them on the nails once years ago. So I'm gonna pass them on. These are all from Jolie G, and they need to be shaken up a little bit. You guys can get the gist. This one I'll turn it around because the color is more accurate right here. So this is Harmony, Faith, and the one on the end is Aria. So very pretty colors, just not my type of shades, and I haven't really been wearing them. There is some sort of road work going on outside, and I really apologize if you can hear it. It's driving me crazy, but we are in a rush. We've got somewhere to go, and I don't have time to toot around. So now I'm going to show you the random products from my collection that I'll be getting rid of. I'm just gonna pull them out of the bag to share with you. I'm not gonna necessarily even show them in the order that I would apply them to my face. I also am decluttering 4 palettes. So I'll start with those. The first one is the Zoeva Caramel Melange. I feel like this color right here has some hard pan or something. It's very scratchy and it doesn't apply the easiest. The mattes in here, they all look the same on the eye, and I get that they're very similar, but usually with other brands, I can put similar shades on and I can tell the difference in the depth or the tones or whatever. These all look the same, so I was just disappointed with the quality of that one overall. And then I'm getting rid of all of my Juvia's Place palettes. I think that Juvia's Place has the most gorgeous packaging of all time. It is so beautiful, and I think they have good products. I just never reach for them, so I would rather just pass them on, and I am going to stop myself from buying any Juvia's Place palettes in the future just because I know I'm not going to get the most use out of them. So the first one I have is the Tribe palette. This one was probably the hardest for me to let go of because these 2 rows here are stunning. This, I'm not going to use these, but these are so pretty, but I have a lot of similar shades and never reached for it. The next one is the Saharan by Juvia's Place. The colors in here are a little bit more random to me, which is one of the things that has bothered me about Juvia's Place palettes, is because I need it to be like spelled out for me to know what kind of a look to create, and just too random. And then we have the Saharan 2 palette, really pretty shades in here. The blues feel a little out of place for me, but I guess without them, it's just a boring neutral palette. I think that these are very pretty. I have similar shades, don't need it. So those are going to go. Now I'm just gonna pull the rest of the things out randomly. This is the Pure Cosmetics Haze Mist CBD Replenishing Facial Setting Spray. It's a very fine mist. I don't like the smell of this whatsoever. Doesn't do anything for me, and that was a freebie, so it's gonna go. Then I have this Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, the Glow version. This is brand new, never used. I did have a little sample of this that I've been trying to work on. It is very glowy. I'm basically using it as like a base for my highlight. I do highlight a little bit down the center of my face with it, but I have to use a very light amount and be very careful. It's very glowy and almost a little bit glittery, so it's just not for me. Surprisingly, I'm actually going to be getting rid of this Milk Makeup loose powder that I just got. It's just okay, and I don't want to take the time to use it up when I have other products I really enjoy, and I really don't like the packaging. I hate that it has that net in there. It just is so finicky and hard to get the product out. So this is going to go. I have the translucent light shade. I'm also getting rid of this Lawless Seal the Deal loose setting powder in brightening translucent. I don't know what's wrong with this, but it's like some other pigment of a product got into here, because every time I apply it, my face has like these like little orange bits on it, and I can't have this messing up my makeup. So this is actually going to go in the trash because I don't want it to happen to anybody else. Then I actually am going to put this in a giveaway. This is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer Mini, brand new. I just used one of these up. It was just okay for me. I don't really get the hype, so I'm gonna pass it on. I have too many primers in my collection I need to get through. Same with this Clinique Even Better All Over Concealer in Warm Neutral 1 Flax. I didn't like the coverage of this. The color wasn't great. I didn't love the way it blended out or that it wore. It was just okay. And I have a ton of other concealers in my collection that are going to take me a long time to get through, so I just want to get rid of it. Next, I have a Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is in the Sun Kissed shade, which does have a little bit of shimmer. I did end up getting this for free from Ulta as a diamond or platinum gift sometime this year, and I've only used it like once. I think this would be very beautiful, but I have a lot of other bronzers in my collection, and I would rather pass this on to someone else. I still love the one in the regular bronzer shade, but I can get rid of that one. Then I have these two highlights that were just given to me by Lauren May Beauty, and I just didn't love the shades on my skin tone. So this is Rose Quartz and this is Prismatic Amethyst. First off, they just looked too natural on me. They weren't as glowy as I wanted them to be, and the Rose Quartz is just way too similar to my skin tone to really stand out. So that's why I'm getting rid of those. Then we've got some eyeshadows. This first one is ColourPop Super Shock in Donna. It's an amazing peacock blue. I absolutely love this, but this shadow has dried out. It makes it harder to use. So I'm decluttering this one, but it's gonna go in the trash. Then I'm also getting rid of this Makeup Geek Pegasus single. I have like 6 different singles that are this similar shade, and when I look at all of them, I like the other ones more than this one, so I will be passing that one on. Then I have this Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Intense Amethyst, and you guys are probably like, Heather, I cannot believe you're getting rid of that, and I know, but I actually have 2 minis of the original Amethyst, and I like the regular formula more than the Intense version, so I'm gonna send this to my friend Jean and just start working on one of the originals. I don't wanna take the time to pan this when those other ones are gonna just be sitting in my collection. So I'm gonna pass it on. And then the rest of the products we have here are lippies. So this first one is a Buxom Flawless Lip Polish in Gabby. It's a very pretty color. It's not my favorite kind of shade. It's like a little bit more of like a frosty plum. I put it on and it wasn't bad, but I didn't love the way it looked on me. You guys are gonna be very surprised. I'm getting rid of this Fenty Beauty Gloss Balm in Fussy. The color was okay. I don't like this formula. I don't get it. It's sticky to me. It's not special. I'm not buying any more of these, and I'm just gonna pass it on. I don't wanna take the time to use it up because I know you actually get a lot of product. Then I've got this Bare Minerals Gen Nude Lipstick in Kitty. This is something that I had tried to pan last year. There's a ton of it left. I don't want to go through the trouble of trying to pan it again. And the formula is just okay. It's very creamy. It has like a medium opacity, not the most long wearing, just eh. I'm getting rid of this Tarte Matte Lip Surgeons in Bear. It's like a Marsala type of color. I just haven't reached this very much over the past couple years, and this is very old, so I'm gonna throw that one out as well. Then I've got some similar shades here. These are 2 liquid lipsticks. This one is from Jeffree Star in the shade Leo, and this is from Anastasia in the shade Ashton. The Anastasia formula is just way too drying for me, and both of these more like terracotta-ish colors are just okay on me. I have other similar shades that I either prefer the color more or the formula more, so both of those are going to go. And then this one is very new. I think I just hauled it last month. It's the Kylie Jenner Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Ulta Beauty. This was a free gift. And I'm keeping the lip liner because it's a beautiful shade and I really like the Kylie lip liner formula. But her matte lip kits are incredibly drying. I didn't think it wore nicely on me, so this one is going to go as well. So those are all of the random products I'm decluttering for my collection. So really quickly, I'm going to show you the chopping block products that I am keeping, and a lot of these I'm keeping for now but might end up in chopping blocks next year to test further. Some of these things that are more wintry I really didn't get to use very much this year, so I will be testing these at the beginning of 2021. So I'm just gonna pull the things out and share them with you. So I've got the Maybelline Shine Compulsion lipstick in Taupe Seduction. Very pretty color. This one is just gonna go in my collection. I had won this in a giveaway. This is a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Red Carpet Red. Definitely keeping this one. Then I've got some Kat Von D liquid lipsticks in the shade Saint and Lovecraft. I just didn't use those very much, but I know I do like that formula. Don't love it, but I like it. Then I've got 6 Nude Sticks lip pencils. I've got Sin, which is a lip and cheek, and then the rest of them are intense matte lip and cheeks. This dark color is Raven. This is Retro. Mauve is Purity. Then we've got this peachy shade Belle and this other slightly corally color Kiss. I have this Clinique Get Cheeky blush palette that has Pink Honey, Black Honey, and Nude Pop in it. This Dose of Colors Ideal Duo in Magic Moment. This is gonna go back in my collection. I do like this one. I have some blushes. Too Faced I Will Always Love You, Lorac Spectra, Illamasqua, Naked Rose. These two are gonna go back in my collection. This one might be in the chopping block next year. Next I have the Pixie Glowy Gossamer highlighter in the other shade, which is Delicate Dew, which has the more pink and more bronze. Got some shadows. This one is Kat Von D Lolita. I feel like I'm gonna end up decluttering this one formula-wise, but we'll see. This is Clinique Raspberry Beret. Then I've got some MAC shadows here in Ready to Party and Smoky Mauve. Pretty colors, and I've kept them, but I just don't reach for them very much. And then I have this MAC shadow in Tonight's the Night. So those are all of the things that I am keeping for now. So now to give you my final totals. For nail polish, I decluttered 22. For returns, I had 22. Trash, I had 19. Random declutters, I had 197. Chopping block declutters, I had 124. And for keep products, I had 23. So it's insane to think that I got rid of that many products in my collection, because when you guys see my inventory, you're not gonna notice that much of a difference. And that's because some of these products that were in my chopping block, I never included them in my main collection numbers. I had set them aside, and there might be some of that again next year as well, because in 2020, I put like all of the stuff I had gotten in friend mail packages in there. So I got rid of a ton of stuff. It's very crazy. It's exciting to me, but it's also something that makes me feel a little bit of shame. And something I want to get better at in 2021 is when I have people offering me products, instead of just saying like, yes, I want to try everything, I need to really think about it and only say yes to things that I've already been wanting to try, or things that I would actually consider buying myself. So I'm hoping that will help me a bit next year in the amount of products that I'm bringing in. So sorry if I'm rushing a little bit. The noise outside is really bothering me. My camera's overheating, my battery's dying, all the things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little roundup of my chopping block for this year, and we'll see what it's like next year. I would love to know if you guys do something similar on your channel. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.